Hello everybody, my name is Rugi and welcome back to my channel. Today let's talk about the 6-star operators so far in Arknights. And yes, I mean from CN servers up to Fear Meta Battle. But the floating graph I'm going to explain will exclude Fear Meta, as recently the NGN community gathered survey on how strong the 6-star operators are in terms of reliability and usage. And the survey was conducted right before Fear Meta banner, involving 546 participants. Well, 546 sounds like a small sample size, but the graph is convincing enough. For newcomers who are getting into hands on Arknights, this graph provides a certain reference value. For veterans, comment down below on whether you agree or disagree with the list. Now, my opinions. Basically, this graph consists of the degree of usage in terms of accuracy and reliability in terms of y-axis. The higher the score means the better, and based on the analysis, there will be 8 tiers of 6-star operators. Let's start from the bottom, which are tier 5 and tier 6. I'm not surprised by the fact that Mostima sits comfortably at the bottom tier, but I'm surprised about Kalina and Fatu. Let's talk about Mostima first. Despite she received buffs and module recently, she is still easily one of the most overrated 6-star operators due to her skill sets. Correct me if I'm wrong, but she needs further buffs. Another reason is that her rank hit the rock bottom when more and more new operators are being introduced, especially Dusk. Same case goes for Skadi and Chen, but their outer are strong SF. I'll talk to that later. My speculation about Carnelian, Fartooth, Mizgi and Unitas on tier 5 is they are not being utilized frequently. They are promising when dealing with enemies, but newcomers tend to have a difficult time to figure out on how to use them. Siege, who has been in Rose Island since release, is also facing issues about DP, despite as a main god. Moving on tier 4, which is being dubbed as the promising tier. Most operators here are strong but underutilized due to some circumstances, such as Rosmotis, who cannot target drones, Lee, who deducts DP, Shiny, who buffs defense stat, and Magalan, where Big Brain is required to deploy her drones. W and Passenger are belong to this promising tier 2, although DP is their disadvantage. I think Passenger deserve a better tier like tier 3 after the buffs. Comment down below if you think any operator deserves better than this tier. Speaking of tier 3, aka the decent tier, these operators are generally favorable to newcomers. For example, Saga and Flame Tail are capable of dealing damages while printing DP, and Angelina, who appears in the newbie battle pool as well, gives a decent head start to newcomers. Tier 2 and above consists of frequently used operators. For tier 2, they are strong operators, but generally they are being used for, in my speculation, sub-DPS. For instance, Taurus and Blaze can work better when their skills are active, and Ash is a crowd control operator. Tier 1 is the tier where stronger operators are being placed, or as I can call it simply, the strong or meta tier. You can see Exusiai, Saria, Eafila and Nightingale, who are being introduced since servers open, come up pretty strong. Exu and Aya can DPS whenever they want, Nightingale is strong against Talos stages, and Saria is one of the strongest Guardian defenders we have ever seen. Recent operators like Kalsi, Syla, Near Outer and Mountain are also being highlighted from this category. The last two tiers will be dubbed as God's tier. For both tiers, they have a strong presence in any stages from challenge stages to continuously contract highest risk challenges. The three gods will be Silver Ash, Scully Outer and Mud Rock, while the three true gods will be Chen Outer, Bagpipe and Surtur. Silver Ash is still strong despite being one of the earliest operators in Arknights, not because of DPS, not because of how easy he is being used in the battlefield, but also because his talent that reduces all other operators' redeployment time. Mudrock, despite that has the highest DP, is also a DPS defender, in which no other defenders could match her. Bagpipe's presence in early stages cannot be neglected as she guarantees DP by securing kills with her DPS. Surtur is just skilled and chill. Speaking about both outers of Skadi and Chen, Skadi, although being in transition from a duelist squad to a bard, received buffs instead of nerfs. While she couldn't attack, Skadi's buff to nearby operators proved to be helpful in some situations. A Swordmaster Chen could end up scratching enemies, unless you watch my Risk 18 attack in 65. But a Swiftfoot Chen is the first, if not the only limited operator who fits into CC meta very quickly. So these are my opinions on this NGA graph. Again, 546 samples are pretty small compared to hundreds of thousands of players, if not millions of players, but this graph is really convincing enough. Feel free to comment below if you disagree with this graph, and I'll see you in the next video. And thanks for watching.